Okay, so let's start. Last time we have that Ubun's book, question number E, third E, and now we are going to start with question number 4. I have told you to do this as an homework. If you have done this, then very good. If you haven't, then please watch this. And if you have done and you have matched your answer, you can skip to forward it, and you can forward the video to a minute and two. And if you haven't, please write down the answers. So question is woher kommen Sie? So where are you come from? 4a Fragen und Antworten ordern Sie. So you will need to order right question to in order to answers. So first there's a question, then you have to write answer in a order. So it's kind of a match the following that we used to do in schools. So wie heißen Sie? So this answer is aus Brazilian, or you are Indian. So you can say aus Indian. Und du, woher kommen Sie? So he's asking woher kommen Sie? So you need to answer aus Ireland. Und Sie. So where heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie? Wie heißen Sie and wie kommen Sie is different. So heißen Sie means where do you? So what is your name? Sorry, my mistake. So wie heißen Sie means really sorry. So I haven't seen the question properly checked. So wie heißen Sie? That means mine. What is your name? Sorry. My name is Victoria Kunze. And then the question is woher kommen Sie? So then you need to answer aus Ireland und Sie. Then there's wo wohnen Sie? Okay. Then you need to answer I think it's the in Stuttgart und Sie. Welche Sprachen sprechen Sie? So that says English und Deutsch. Okay. And then where bist du? Emilia. Okay. Woher kommst du? So then you have aus Brazilian und du. Wo wohnst du? Okay. Then in Berlin und du. So there it ends. Okay. So please remember this. So when you are asking someone their name, so you need to ask wie heißen Sie? So what is your name? It's very polite and very formal. Wie heißen Sie? So then you can answer your name. Mein Name is Shivam. Okay. Then second question, your question can be, so woher kommen Sie? So you where are you come from? So matlab where are you from? So then you need to answer aus India or Indian. Matlab they are asking where are you from? So definitely not Indian. It's your nationality. So aus India. Okay. Und Sie and you. Und Sie means and you. So so then they can answer their from whichever state they are from. So then wo wohnen Sie? Wo wohnen Sie? Sorry, wo wohnen Sie? So then, where do you? I think where wo wohnen Sie? Okay, I think it's mean. I think wohnen. Wohnen most likely means where do you live. So, but let me still check this because wohnen is definitely where do you live. So then you need to answer this. Please answer this. Wo wohnen Sie? So mm, wherever you live, then let me answer mine. So in Chandigarh und Sie, welche sprechen Sie? Okay, welche sprechen Sie? So welche sprechen Sie? So English, Hindi und Deutsch, Punjabi and many more. languages. Etwas Deutsch, you can also say. Wer bist du? Then, wer bist du? Emilia. Then, woher kommst du? Woher kommst du? So then you need to answer aus Brazilian undu means your nationality. Then they are asking for your nationality. Okay. So they are asking where are you natively from. So then you can ask I am Brazilian or where whatever. For example, aus Indian undu. Okay. Then who wants to then you need to answer in Berlin undu. So you need to understand the difference between these. So this is a total formal sentence. Both the question are definitely same. Okay, for these three I'm talking about. These first, um, let me highlight this. So delete this. So this, and this. These three question are exactly same. So then you can say, then Shivam, what is the difference? So the difference is here. See, they are using Z and here do. Definitely the name is my different, Emila, Victoria Kunze. So, and how do I know that where bis do I need to answer Emilia, just Emilia, not my Nama is Emilia? Because this is a informal conversation. So wherever the informal conversation is, you just need to answer as casually or as shorter as you can. If you want to explain or answer them politely and good in a good manner, so definitely there is a use of Z. Z is respected form of you. Okay, this is an informal way and this is a formal way. Okay, so I think you got the point. So don't get confused that I asked one question twice. That's why I asked. Okay, so now we have where we woo. So just understand that where we need to write where, what is who, what is where, what is we, what is who. So what is where according to you? So where means who and we means how. Okay, how or when, and who means who. Okay, so remember this, that where you need to use we and where you know when you need to use who. Okay, where is where? Okay, let me write this. Where is where? So you just get it by pronunciation. Okay, just here. Okay, just done. I'm done here. Okay, okay, बस हो गया. छोड़ दो. Okay, now I need to write V. Okay, where भी है. Okay, sorry, I forgot. Where who means who, and here we also have where. I didn't see the where. Okay, where we also have where. Just sometimes no, this writer doesn't work. So allow me some time if you see some kind of this when. Okay, we sometimes definitely what or we. So it depends. If v is smaller, then when v is big, then what. Okay, so they can use interchangeably. Okay, so definitely we need to just go this question once, then I will help you with this. Okay, so we are back. uh, so there is a little bit of change. So where is, so I googled it. I have a doubt with the where and these part. So but in dictionary I think that this, if you search for where, um so definitely you will get answer. Okay, but what I look for, I looked it on GPT, chat GPT. So there it's saying that where means who. Okay, might be I wrong. If I'm wrong, you can then definitely mention it in the comment box. That's you are wrong on this pronunciation. I will definitely rectify that one. Okay, and who means where. Okay, and where means where are you from. Okay, so that's literally this. Okay, so let's dive right into it. Ich bin Emeritier und wer sind Sie? Okay, und wer sind Sie? So, ich bin Bitte, Kuchestra, Kutestra, ich wohne in Salzburg. Wo wohnen Sie? So see that who are you? So definitely this makes some kind of sense. Okay, before if that before one is not making sense here. So now I think that ChatGPT is right. I might be wrong. Okay, sometime it happens. If you when it's really a long time I haven't practiced it yet. So definitely who, but definitely the answers are correct. You no need to be worried about that too. Okay, my answers is correct. I am damn sure. Okay, so I just forgot the meaning. Sometime it happens when you interchangeably deal with multiple languages. So that's totally fine. Wo, where, wie. So, wo wohnen Sie? Auch in Salzburg. Oh, so he's saying that I live in Salzburg. And where do you live? So he's saying I also live in Salzburg. Ich bin Peter. Wie? Wie heißt du? Oh shit. Uh-huh. Okay. I think I just I think I made this font a bit bigger. Okay, I accidentally erased my old one. Woo, where? Okay, I think the font has been changed a size a bit. Okay, so we means how. Ich bin Peter, and how wie bist du? Okay, so definitely the we that we are talking about here. Definitely we is not used as how always, but we gets, if you remember that we get, sometime we or how we heist. So it definitely change with sentence also. So in this case, we means this we can also change to how or who are you. So we means also who. We heist. So sometimes I can understand that then before you are telling that it's how, now you are telling it's who. So please check that where it is using. Okay. So it's an informal sentence. So if here is written as we gates, just here, just so it definitely this is something different. No, we gates dear. Okay, so sometime this might confuse you that we are using we, so that doesn't mean same. So if now what does this mean? So this means how are you? Okay, so please don't confuse it. So we according to this, so then who are you hona chahiye, right? But there here is how are you. So that it can definitely happen to you also, but please cooperate. Sometimes German doesn't make sense, sometimes nahi, always German doesn't make sense sometimes. So it's a, if there are some rules, and don't apply brain here definitely. Sometimes brain doesn't work. Some things are really illogical. I can understand your feeling that this is totally illogical, but it is illogical. I can understand your point also, but I can also say na the same. This is totally illogical, but we still need to learn German. So sometimes illogical things also make illogical senses. So I think that you can make your own rule or some kind of that one day, so that make other students' life easy. Definitely. So where where comes to, so where are you from? Okay. So just last, so we are just need to finish these, so I'm not going to do this, you can check this. So this is simple. Nico kommt aus Austrisch, er wohnt in Innsbruck. So definitely you need to find your answer from here, and then you have to mention your answers here. Okay. So just you can write these. Wie heißt du? We have already done this. Ich heiße Maria. Das ist Vanessa. Sie kommt aus Deutschland. Wohnen, wohnen Sie? Where do you live? I live in Berlin. So not Berlin, it's Bern. Sorry. So again, sind Sie Tabelle. Okay, so it's important. This table is really important. So in point, because this is related to grammar. Why it's important? Because it's grammar. It's related to your grammar. Okay, so grammar is really important here. So please try to pay a little bit attention this time. This is the only question that we are going to emphasize all, and that's only going to question. Then we are just going to jump on. That's the only question I'm going to be answer, and then all these question E 5A, B, base A, or day, you can answer them. It's your homework. You can do this by yourself. I don't think it's really hard at all. Okay, I'm just going to mention this one, then we will jump on. The answers are written here. You can pause the video and definitely check your answers here. So you can do that. See, answers are written here. So you can match your answers with this slide. Okay, this is a this is to do your own self. It's not an question. If you want to, you there are some texts written here. You need to just find your answers. That where is Eileen from? So Eileen is from, she come from Berlin. So where she comes from? So where, do you remember where are you from? So where is Eileen from? She comes from Berlin. So where is she from? She from Deutschland. Okay, So you know, don't need to mention Berlin. You need to mention Deutschland. Okay. Same for Sahara. Sahara, not Sahara. It's Sahara. So where comes to Frankfurt. So she's from Frankfurt. For example, most of them are from Deutschland. You can also not, write Deutschland, or you can also write um, where is the city she comes from, Frankfurt. So that's not an issue. That's not, because she is trying to be specific. So for example, you come from Uttar Pradesh, or any other state from India. So you definitely need to mention India, because they Germans don't know where is Uttar Pradesh in India's map. So definitely you need to mention India, because India is too big. Definitely German had an idea that there's some country in Asian continent that named is India. So that's not an issue for you. Okay, because we have 193 countries in this world, so not everyone knows every country name. But our country is huge, so definitely if they have seen world map anytime, so they definitely remember that there's a big continent country, sorry, not continent, but country like India, which requires a huge number of population. Okay, so let's just dive into this table, that important table, Ergensen Z table. Okay, so ich heißen, wohnen, kommen, sein. So you just need to use. So here is the verb that I'm talking you about, test and ten verb. So if you remember that a very few videos back, if you remember that I talked about test and ten verbs. Remember that I told you that there is a rule called test and ten. That's a rule. Okay. So here is you can see that rule. So just let me use this. Okay. Just let me do this. Yeah, shit. Just try to be a little bit big. Okay. Just stop here. Enter. Yeah, what this is happening? Sometimes it happens with me that this thing doesn't work as per my expectations. Okay, it happens with me always. Okay, just stop here. Damn it. Let's just forget this. Okay. Oh, why is this issue? Okay, so if you remember, right? So there is this thing, ich heiße. So firstly, just try to read this with me. Ich heiße. Ich wohne. Ich komme. Sind, bin. Okay. Du heißt. Du wohnst. Du kommst. Du bist. Er sie heißt. Er sie wohnt. Er sie kommt. Er sie ist. Sie heißen. Wohne sie. Sie kommen. Sie sind. So just forget this for a minute and try to understand what I'm going to say to you. So as you can see, if we somehow just let it get into paint, so that is easy for me to just make this. I can create a screenshot, click a screenshot here and paste it here. So this will going to work. Okay. Okay, so here you can see that there is E. Okay, see, there is E here, there is E here, there is T here, there is ST here, there is ST here, there is also S, but it's highest, so it's making the sound of S. So that's why not there is not S. there is BST also. So there is T. Okay, there is also a T. There is also a T. There is also a T. So you can see that there is EN. So there is ER. So Vonan होगा. I think it's वो here लिखा हुआ. I think there is Vonan. This is wrong. I think here should be N. So let me correct this. Okay, one N. So this is N. Don't confuse it. So common. Okay. So this is N. So forget this is an exception for here. So you can say that here is also should be Zen. Then no, there is not Zen. Then there is no sign. Okay. So just let's fix this. So see that the test and 10 rule that I'm talking about. Okay, test and 10, test and 10, test and 10, 10. Okay, so if I remove T from here, see what we have. If I remove T, okay, if I remove T from this, let me color it to some other color, red. Work. Once the I hope I select it. Okay, let I select this. So for example, I remove T from here. This isn't working. So just use the eraser, I think. So just I'm using the eraser. If I remove T, so what we have? So let me underline this. We have E. So you see that here is with ish we are using E. Okay, so you can remember this. So whenever there is ish, so this is not a rule I can say, but it's a way to write this. It's not a rule. So please confuse it. Don't confuse it. Please don't confuse this. Okay. Sometime it happens. So there is E. Okay. So it's work 90% of the time, not 100% of the time. Not every there are some exceptions also, just like Ben. Okay, that you have said Ben. There is for ish there is Ben. Okay, so you can't say there should be Benny. No, that's it. Exception. Sometimes there is exception in German also. Okay, just like in chemistry, you have exceptions, and same like in German. It's complicated, I know, but don't compare it with your ex. Okay, because you need to move on next. So do st. So do st. ठीक है. So now see, and we here also we have est. So est here. Okay, so we have this. So now I can erase this also. Okay, so just remove. Don't think that there is t exists here. Then you have e, then you have st, then you are left with 10. So you need to break it also. So you need to break t from here and en from here. So you will soon you will know that where you need to t, then you need to break this one also. Okay, so with here z you are using t. So here you are using t. Okay, let me write this. En. So we have en here. So that's it. So that is what you need to learn about. So this is just a you can say a glimpse, but definitely if you need to recap, I can give you a little bit of a recap that we have did last time. Just hold a second.